Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is part 2 of the romper, and we are going to be working on the upper side of the romper, as I'll be attaching some photos here. You're going to need your 5mm crochet hook. It's going to remain the same as the short. Then the pair of scissors. For those who haven't yet checked out part 1, I'll be dropping a link in the description box so that you go check it out and you go work on the short first, then you will work on the top next. It doesn't matter, you can work on the top first, then go on to the short. So the short link will be in the description box. So you're going to need the same exact colors as the short. I use black, yellow, green and red. So let's begin. I'm going to start off with my black, and I'm going to still use the double strand just as I did for the short. You're going to start off with a slip knot, and then I'm going to chain up 4. So when you have your 4 chains, you're going to go into the very first chain that you made and make 3 double crochets. So 1, 2 and 3. This top is worked from the top downwards. So when you're done with that, you're going to chain up 3. This is going to be row 2 of the top. Turn your work, and in this first double crochet here, the one that's attached to the chain 3, you're going to go into it with 3 double crochets. 1, 2 and 3. So this is what you should have. And then you're going to go into this space, the one between the chain 3 and the double crochet. You go in there with a single crochet, and then chain up 3 and place 3 more double crochets in that same exact space. So 1, 2 and 3. So that's the end of row 2, and you're going to chain up 1, grab your scissors and cut your yarn and pull through. So we're going to have so many loose ends, so prepare for that. So you can see the first row had one group of 4 double crochets, then the second row has 2. That means we are going to keep increasing, creating the bust area, the bust coverage. So let's go on to our next color. So our next color is going to be green, and you're going to start off with a slip knot, and then this is where we left off with our black. So you're going to turn your work like this onto the opposite side of the previous row, and you're going to attach your green yarn into this very first stitch on the edge like that, and you're going to chain up 3 and place 3 more double crochets in that same exact stitch. So we have the chain 3 and then 3 double crochets. Then you're going to go at the peak of this scallop in that space and make a single crochet, chain up 3 and double crochet 3 more times in that same exact space. Then go at the peak of the next scallop and single crochet in that space, chain up 3 and double crochet 3 more times in that same space. So you can see that now we have 3 scallops. The first one was 1, then 2 for the next row, and now we have 3. So we are moving on to row 4. So you're going to chain up 3, turn your work, place 3 double crochets in this very first stitch. So 1, 2 and 3. Then go on top of the next scallop in that space after the chain 3 and make a single crochet, and chain 3, make 3 more double crochets in that same exact space, like that. Single crochet on top of the next scallop, chain 3, double crochet 3 times in that same exact space, and then go into the top of the next scallop, which is here, single crochet, chain 3 and double crochet 3 more times in that same space. So that marks the end of green, and we are doing two rows of each and every color. So this is our very last row of green. You're going to chain up 1, grab your scissors and cut your yarn. So I'm going to go on to my next color, which will be yellow. No, it will be red. I'm going with the same flow of colors as the short, so I want the top to match the short. So you're going to grab your red yarn and we are going to attach it the same exact way as we attached the green. So make a slip knot, attach your yarn in this very first stitch where you left off with the green, like that. Chain 3, and we are going to repeat the same process. 3 double crochets in the very first stitch, single crochet on top of that scallop, chain 3, 3 double crochets in the same space, 2 and 3, single crochet on top of the next scallop, chain 3, 3 double crochets. So I'm going to keep repeating this until the end of the row. So the only way you can tell that you're on the right track is when your next row increases by 1 scallop. That means your top is shaping to create a coverage for your bust area. So you can see the scallops are now 5. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4, and now they're 5. Then that means for the next row there'll be 6, then the next row there will be 7. They'll keep increasing by 1 each and every row. So you're going to go ahead and work that. I'm going to continue working this until I get my desired coverage, then I'll get back to you and let you know how many rows that I did. So I ended up doing a total of 8 rows, 2 of black, 2 of green, 2 of red and 2 of yellow. And now I have a total of 8. But if you're a larger size, I would advise you go 2 more rows down. So you do another row of another 2 rows of black, so that you get better coverage for your bust. But also you have to be very careful because we don't want the chest to be so open. So make sure you don't do so many rows of this. However much you want more coverage for your bust, it will eventually come. So after doing this, you're going to break off your yarn and you'll have something like this. And now you're going to do the same exact thing that we did for this, so that you have 2 pieces. So I've already done mine and I didn't cut off my yarn on this side, so I'm going to attach this to this. So as I had said, if you're small to medium, this is perfectly fine. 8 rows are enough. If you're large, extra large, then you're going to do a total of 10 rows before you attach the two triangles together. So I'm going to attach my piece, this one, onto this side, but I'm going to be attaching it at this point below this scallop. There's that point between this row and this row. So you're going to go in there and make a slip stitch, chain one, and cut your yarn. So at this point we've done the joining. This is what you should have. And now I'm going to go to this side where I left off with this yellow, and I'm going to turn my work around and attach my next color at this point. So my next color is black. So I'm going to get my black yarn. And I'm going to attach it the same exact way that we've been attaching here on the triangles. So into that very last stitch, attach your black yarn and chain up 3, double crochet 3 times in that same exact stitch. So right now we have the chain 3 and then the 3 double crochets. I know it's black, but I'm going to try my best to explain so that you know exactly what to do. So after here, single crochet on top of that scallop. So we have jumped back into the same pattern that we were doing for the triangles. Chain 3, double crochet 3 times in that same exact space. Single crochet on the next scallop, chain 3, double crochet 3 times on that same exact space, single crochet, chain 3, double crochet 3 times. So you're going to repeat that all the way across until you get to the middle, and I'll show you what to do. So repeat that until you get to this point, and I'll show you what to do next. So we are getting to the middle of the bra cups, and I've done my 3 double crochets here, single crochet on top of the next scallop like that. And now you're going to chain up 3. You're just going to go with the flow of the pattern and do 3 double crochets in that same exact space, and then you're going to jump over to the next scallop on top. So right now you can see the reason why I attached my triangle, this triangle, at this point, because we needed to secure this scallop so that it's not flat. So single crochet on top of the next scallop. So at this point you can see that the flow of the pattern is uniform. And then you're going to chain up 3 and continue doing that until the end of the row. So at this point I want to point out a few things. We are still widening the side of the top. We've already shaped this cleavage area, but we are still widening the top to this side. It's still forming that diagonal line. So let's continue until the end of the row, and then I'll get back. So we are coming to the end of the row, and I've placed my last single crochet here, and you're going to chain up 3 and place your last 3 double crochets in the same space. So that marks the end of this row. You can see we're still going diagonal on this side. So we're going to the next row. So you're going to chain up 3 and turn your work. And you're going to go into the first stitch and place 3 double crochets. This row is basically the same as the previous row, and nothing is going to change. So do the same exact thing that you did for the previous row, because we are still increasing the sides of our top. and we are going to continue doing that same exact row until we have a total of 14 rows for a size small to medium. 14 rows, but a total of 16 rows for a size large, extra large. So right now we have 2, 4, 6, 8. This is the 10th row. That means you're going to do this black, and then green will take you to the 12th row, and then red will take you to the 14th row, and then I'll show you what to do from there. So at this point I'm done with my 14th row. Remember, we are doing 2 rows of each color, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 colors, 2 rows of each color, 14 rows. And remember, for the larger sizes, I told you we shall be doing a total of 16. So I hope you went ahead to do 2 more rows for your larger size. So right now you can see how the work looks like. You can see it was going to the sides like this on both sides. And now we want to change that, because this measurement should be across your bust but going towards the back, but we don't want full coverage for the back. That means we have to start maintaining this width. We are going to stop increasing towards the sides of the top and start going flat, like straight, until we get the length that we want. So grab your next color. For me it will be yellow, and then let's get started. So you're going to start with a slip knot and attach your yarn the same exact way that we've been doing. You're going to chain up 3 and place 3 more double crochets in that very first stitch, just like what we've been doing for the other rows. Single crochet here on top of this scallop, and do that all the way across, and I'll meet you back at the end of the row and I show you how to maintain the width of the top. So continue to do the same exact thing that we've been doing. Chain 3, double crochet 3 times in the same exact space, single crochet in the next scallop. So we're going to repeat this all the way across, and then I'll meet you guys at the end of this row. Alright, so we're coming to the end of this row. And now remember, before we were doing 1 single crochet here and then 3 more double crochets in this very last space, because we are increasing towards the side. But then this time around you're going to just go in there with a single crochet, and you're not going to be increasing the side. That means you're going to chain up 3, but this time we are not going to be placing 3 more double crochets in here. You're going to turn your work to the opposite side and start the next row. So place 3 double crochets in the very first stitch, and then single crochet on top of the next scallop. So you can see what that is doing. It's bringing the work towards the bottom of the top and not to the side of the top. So we are going to continue doing that, going with the flow of the pattern. 1 single crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochets, single crochet in the next scallop, and that's all we're going to do all the way across the next this row until we get to the end here. And we're going to do the same exact thing that we've done here. You'll just place a single crochet here and then attach your next yarn and chain 3 and continue backwards. We are no longer increasing the sides of the top. Keep that in mind. So let me go ahead and finish up this row and I show you how that will look like. So we've come to the end of the row and we're going to do the same exact thing. you're going to just go into the top of this scallop and make a single crochet, and that marks the end of this row. You're going to grab your scissors and cut your yarn, chain one and cut. So you're going to attach your next color. Mine will be black, and this is going to be my final color for the top part. As I don't want my top to be very long, we still want to maintain the stretch of the top so that we get a perfect fit for our romper. So keep that in mind. This will entirely depend on the length of your torso. So if your torso is taller, is longer, then you're going to consider making at least 2 more rounds, 2 more rows. But for me, this is going to be my very final color. I'm going to do 2 rows of black, repeating these rows of not increasing to the sides. So remember, you just start the same exact way, chain 3, double crochet 3 times in that very first single crochet, like that, and then single crochet on top of the scallop. So you can see the work is taking shape right now. Let me show you clearly. You can see this, then we've branched off to the bottom of the top. And then don't forget, when you get to the end, you'll just place a single crochet here and chain up 3 and start your next row. So let me do my 2 rows of black and I'll show you how my work looks like after that. So here we are. I've finished my second black row and I'm going to chain up 1 and cut my yarn. And at this point, I'm done with the top part of my romper. You may see it as short, but trust me, if you have the perfect stretch, then this will be perfectly fine for you. So I wanted to show you what this has created. We went like this, then went downwards. So if you have a longer torso, you may consider doing 2 extra rows of not increasing to the sides. These same exact rows, but 2 extras. So if you're following my same exact color pattern, then you'll have a green down here, 2 rows of green. But if you're short like me, I'm not that tall, this will be perfectly fine for you. So after this, we are going to get rid of all these loose strands, and I'm going to just tie, because we have two colors at each point. So I'm going to just do a double knot and I cut those ends off. Wherever you find 2 colors, just tie them together using a double knot and then you cut them off. Make sure you cut very close so that they don't show through the top. We are trying to keep it as neat as we can. And you're going to do that all the way to the other side. So here we had only 1 color. I just tied that in a double knot and cut it off, and this is what it looks like at the edge. So do the same on this side, get rid of all these loose strands, and then I'll show you how to do the straps. So after getting rid of the loose strands at the edge of the top, you're going to attach your yarn at the top of the top, here in these corners where you want your straps to be attached. Attach your yarn and then you're going to chain up 3 and double crochet in that same exact space where you attached. You double crochet there. So right now we're making straps. Chain 3, double crochet in this space between the chain and the double crochet. Just go in there and double crochet, chain 3, double crochet in the space between the 2 stitches below, and you're going to continue to do this until we have a total of about 45 to 50 segments of this. So I think I'll do 45, but you want to make long straps that you can work with, not very short. So I'm going to continue doing this for a total of 45 segments. So I've gone ahead to do my 45 segments for the strap, and I have the same on this side. You're going to do the same exact thing on both sides, and then this is how the top has come out. And the next thing to do is to attach your top to the short. At this point you can decide to either have a top and a short for your client or to join it into a romper. So I'm going to be showing you how to join. Okay, so we are back and we are going to be doing the attaching of the short onto the top. So as I had told you, for the short I put the strings at the back of the short. That means this is my back side of the short and this is my front side. Forgive me, I haven't yet dealt with the loose strands on the short, but I'm going to. So that means you're going to identify the side that you want to be the right side of your top and place it below. The right side is this one, because this is the front side of your work. That means the right side of your work is this one, and this is the wrong side of your top. And we are going to be folding over like this. And the way I determine how to attach this short to the top, I want to attach a total of 20 scallops onto my short. So I'm going to count how many scallops I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. I have 22 scallops, but I want to attach a total of 20 scallops. That means I'm going to eliminate this one on this side and the one on this side. And then I have a total of 120 chains around my short. That was the starting chain of my short, 120. And I want to eliminate the 40 stitches. So 20 on this side and 20 on this side. So I'll be left with 80 stitches in total, because 120 minus 40 is 80. So this is the exact middle where I put the slip stitch. I'll count from there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So that's my 20th stitch, and I'll put into the 21st. That's where I'll put my needle here. And then on this side you're going to just leave it. It will work out itself. So we have 20 scallops, 80 stitches left minus the 40 on the back of the romper. So that means 80 divided by 20 is 4. And for the 4 stitches, that means we attach, remember I told you we are going to be eliminating the very first scallop and the very last scallop. So we attach into this gap after the chain 3. And I'm using the yarn that I used for the last color of the short. Let me make a simple knot here. And Yeah, so we've attached our 21st stitch from the exact mid of our shirt to the second scallop here. So I'm going to go through it again just to make it more secure. And since after dividing we got 4, I'm going to go into the next stitch. This is the second stitch, then the third stitch, and then on the 4th, this is the 4th, you grab another scallop here. You go on top of the next scallop after the chain 3 in that gap where you would have placed the single crochet, and attach and go through it again. So we attached 2 times, and that's when we are going to get this effect that we had on the romper that has green, yellow, red. So after that you go through the next 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and onto the 4th we grab the next scallop. So you can see what it's creating right now. Let me take away this. That's what it's creating. And don't forget to always attach twice. In that same stitch you go through twice so that the scallop sits comfortably well on the shirt. So continue doing that. I'm going to continue doing that, and then I'll meet you at the end of the top, and then I'll show you how my work looks like after that. So I've finished going all the way around, and don't forget to eliminate this scallop. We don't work in it because we also didn't work on this one. So we eliminate the first and the last scallop, and this is how the work looks like. This is where I ended with my very last scallop, which is the second last on this side. And you can see it has worked out automatically. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. I have 20 stitches on this side, the same exact amount of stitches that I have on this side, because I eliminated 20 from the slip stitch and then attached my yarn on the 21st. So that's where you're going to stop. Let me first cut off this, and then when you get here you're going to secure your yarn. I don't know how you prefer to do it. I'm going to just go into a few stitches at the bottom. So this is the back side of the romper, and that's it. I can now cut my yarn, and this is how the back looks like. It has this opening for the top, and then I'm going to bring my straps. I'm going to show you how to lace up the straps. You're going to bring this side to this side, and then this one to the opposite side, so that we get across at the back. And then I'm going to go into this green row, which is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the 7th row from the bottom of the top, and I put my strap through, and I do the same on this side. I just remove 1 stitch and go in there with my strap. And after this you go into the bottom, which is this one, the black, and I'm going to go into the 2nd row from the bottom, not the very final row. I'm going to go into the 2nd row from the bottom, and I pull through my straps, and that's basically it. After this you'll have to tie here, tie a knot at the back, and this is going to help you emphasize your waist area. Same applies to this drawstring in the short. You're going to have more emphasis around your waist area, which we really want because it makes you smarter. Then this is how the front looks like. You can see the attachment. And yeah, this is basically it. I hope you really liked this tutorial. I can't wait to see your rompers come out as beautiful as mine, or even more beautiful. So I can't wait to see your color choices. Make sure you tag me on your Instagram, on your Facebook pages after doing this project. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.